Welcome back to the channel, baby. Um, so this is going to air on November 11th, which is Veterans Day, and a good friend and a subscriber named Wade Hines sent this to me, and I'll tell you, I went ahead and listened to it ahead of time, and I'm sorry that I did. So I will confess that this is not a true reaction. It's a song is called "The Green Fields of France," and it's by Eric Bogle. And then the copy of the cover of it's going to be by the Dropkick Murphys. If you don't know, these guys are sort of an Irish pub band, and I love the sound. And as most of you know, I have some Irish in me. My grandfather was a Gossett, and then his father before him were from Ireland. And so I love that kind of sound. I love the groove. But I'll tell you, it's tough to listen to, especially knowing the history of World War I. If you don't, I would urge you, before you watch this, to go back and check up on the history of World War I, where we as Americans were in that war, which is much later, what happened in France. I think it's important to remember these things, and I think it's important to know, because I'm not sure you're going to know what he's talking about if you don't understand the history. So I would urge you to do that. I'm going to go ahead and get this up here. And like I said, again, I'm doing this earlier, but this is going to release on the 11th. And Wade, thank you, brother. It's very, very nice of you to recommend this to me. I am not aware that I had any family members that fought me. And though I had family members that were alive that I knew that were alive. My grandfather was born in Grandfather Augusta, I think he was born in 1903, 1905. He would have been too young to enlist for our army. And then my Grandpa John, but he was too old at the time. My dad's dad was too old at the time, I believe. Anyway, no excuses, just a little history for you. All right, again, this is Eric Bogle, The Green Fields of France, and hold on, here we go. Oh, let me pause.
Well, how to do, Private?
I'm going to roll it back. The Green Fields of France refers to, the area now is all green. If it's not, hopefully they preserve most of it. But it was an area between the people coming from the east, which would have been the Germans largely, and some others, and then the people coming from the west, which would largely be England and France, and like I said, later on in the war, the Americans came, and it was a big line of trenches, and they were just stalemates. They would shoot at each other, and they landmined the area between, and people tried to get through it. They got blown up, and it was just a terrible, terrible scene of carnage, and frankly led the way for the peace, led the way for the war to come that ended in 1945. So here we go again. Sorry, a little history lesson for you.
Well, how to do, Private William McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your grey side, and I'll rest for a while in the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day, Lord, and I'm nearly done. I see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the glorious fallen in 1916. Well, I hope you died quick, and I hope you died clean. Or Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they sound the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er ye as they lowered you down? Did the bugles sing did you leave a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. And though you died back in 1916, to that loyal heart are you always 19? Or are you a stranger without even a name, forever enshrined behind some glass pane, in an old photograph torn and tattered and stained, and fading to yellow in a brown leather frame? Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they sound the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er ye as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flutes of the forest? Well, the sun's shining now on these green fields of France. The warm wind blows gently and the red poppies dance. The trenches have vanished long under the plough. No gas and no barbed wire, no guns fighting now. But here in this graveyard it's still no man's land. The countless white crosses in you'd witness stand, to man's blind indifference to his fellow man, and a whole generation who were butchered and down.
So I had forgot, I said that I hope they didn't mow over the flowers and put anything up. They didn't, because they made it basically a giant graveyard out of it. And so with thousands, tens of thousands of crosses. So I'm sorry I misspoke.
Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they sound the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er ye as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flutes of the forest? And I can't help but wonder now, Willie McBride, do all those who lie here know why they died? Did you really believe them when they told you the cause? You really believe that this war would end war? The suffering, the sorrow, the glory, the shame, the killing, the dying, it was all done in vain. For Willie McBride it all happened again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Did they beat the drums slowly? Did they sound the fife lowly? Did the rifles fire o'er ye as they lowered you down? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flutes of the forest? Did the bugle sing the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flutes of the forest?
Now that was hard to watch. Wow. I'm not going to turn this into political commentary at all, and I'd rather you not. You can, obviously, you're free to do whatever you want to do. But it shows you there, and he takes it on into to other wars, Vietnam and Korea and others that we were certainly mainly involved in ourselves. But he links World War I to World War II, and how that's easy to do, even though there's a span of, I don't know, World War I was officially over maybe 19, it was roughly 20 years later. And so a lot of the people in power were dead. A lot of the young men coming up didn't really know about World War I as much. And so it led into World War II, in that Hitler came along and he started taking chunks of property that he felt like was theirs. And I think what this harkens back to for us really well is the Civil War. And I know the Civil War ended in 1865, and there's a long gap between 1865, not to say we weren't involved in wars and stuff, but from 1865 to when we entered in 1917 is a long time. And again, I think that people have forgotten how ugly and terrible war is. And so I think that's a lesson. Sadly, I think it's a lesson that we'll never learn, right? But one can hope. All right, this is the Dropkick Murphys doing the same song. And I've always liked them. They're, like I said, they're more of a pub band doing the Irish jig kind of thing, but they're doing a copy of this. And here we go. I started it up. I'm going to back it all the way up there, sorry. Oh, I love that piano.
Oh, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while in the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done, and I see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the great falling in 1916. Well, I hope you died quick, and I hope you died clean. Oh, Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the pipe lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? And did you leave a wife or a sweetheart behind? In some loyal heart is your memory enshrined. And though you died back in 1916, to that loyal heart you're forever 19. Or are you a stranger without even a name, forever enshrined behind some old glass pane, in an old photograph, torn, tattered and stained, and faded to yellow in a brown leather frame? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the pipe lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? The sun's shining down on these green fields of France. The warm wind blows gently and the red poppies dance. The trenches have vanished long under the plow. No gas, no barbed wire, no guns firing now. But here in this graveyard that's still no man's land, the countless white crosses in mute witness stand to man's blind indifference to his fellow man. And a whole generation were butchered and damned. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the pipe lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? And I can't help but wonder, no Willie McBride, do all those who lie here know why they died? Did you really believe them when they told you the cause? Did you really believe that this war would end wars? Well, the suffering, the sorrow, the glory, the shame, the killing and dying, it was all done in vain. Oh, Willie McBride, it all happened again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest?
Okay, so that was amazingly hard to watch as well. So yeah, I'd forgotten quite a few things. The war to end all wars, right? It hasn't ended any wars at all. And right after that came World War II, and then again for us, there were some other things across the pond, but for us it was Korea, and then it was Vietnam, and then on, and now we're probably going to go off to war again. And man, anyway, I hope you like this. I know it's kind of grim, but it is a day to remember, right? At least we never forget, but sadly I think we will. So if you like this video, hit like, subscribe to the channel so you can see this shirt if you haven't already. So share with your friends. I mean, what you should share, if you don't share any other videos, share this video. It doesn't even have to be me in it. Share this song on Veterans Day. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, comment down below, and whatever you have to say. Please try not to make it too political, but you're free to whatever, and be nice to each other. And I say that every time, because every now and then I see people picking on each other on this channel, and I don't like that at all. It's not necessary. I'll let you say what you want to say. And send me more suggestions like this one. Wade, thank you very much. It's good to you, brother. And we're done. Thanks.